I really just have to comment about this place. It's so cozy and it gives you a kind of picturesque, nostalgic feeling. Probably because the owner and designer of the place is a graduate from Fine Arts in the University of the Philippines. So they were able to, add their own feeling and personal touch to the place. Moving on. Internet in North Korea is more or less considered as internet because they block access to the outside world and only allow sites trusted by the government. Just recently, Google Executive Chairperson Eric Schmidt and former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson paid a visit to North Korea. Hopefully, this will open internet opportunities to the country. State television KRT showed the video of the U.S. delegation led by the Google chief looking around the e-library and its computers. Will his visit open opportunity to North Korea to have more access to the internet?
In my view, it's time now for them to start or they will remain behind. Thank you.
Schmidt has been a long-time proponent of internet openness and connectivity. He even has a book coming out in April called The New Digital Age, Reshaping the Future of People, Nations, and Business. North Korea is using more of an internet to block access to the outside world. Internet is limited to only those trusted by the government. According to North Korean law, the punishment for using anti-regime or bourgeois cultural content online ranges from 3 months to 2 years hard labor. In severe cases, the punishment can be up to 5 years of re-education through labor. North Korea has just over 1,000 registered IP addresses, compared with more than 112 million in neighboring South Korea and more than 1.5 billion in the United States. In front of me is what Felicity calls their mango cream cake, which is one of their best sellers. So before I attack this delectable cake, let me share with you. If in North Korea they have limited internet access, South Korea is considered as one of the most wired countries in the world. Almost all houses have internet connection, which could lead to internet addiction for teenagers. But did you know that horse riding therapy is now considered as very important help for teenagers to take control back on their lives? In South Korea, almost 2/3 of the population owns a smartphone that leads to internet addiction, especially to teenagers. Internet addiction has become a major problem. According to the government, 680,000 children aged between 10 to 19 are internet addicts, or around 10% of the age group. 4 months ago, the parents of a teenage South Korean girl were at their wits' end over her addiction to surfing the internet for pornography. The parents tried art, music therapy, and persistent nagging to try and stem their daughter's addiction, but none of these worked for their daughter. The school where their daughter is studying suggested the Riding Healing Center, a therapy organization that uses horse riding to cure emotional and behavioral disorders, which it believes is an underlying cause of internet addiction. The Korean Riding Association has 2 therapy centers and about 50 people a day go through its programs to treat a range of issues such as depression, attention hyperactivity deficit disorder or ADHD, and internet addiction. The parents are thankful to the horse riding therapy program because now their daughter appears to be back in control of her life. The association plans to build 30 more centers across South Korea, which has a population of 15 million, by 2022 to meet the rising demand for its therapy. In Mexico, the lower house of Congress voted an overwhelming margin of 423 to 0 in order to amend the country's telecom law, meaning they want to change it and make sure that calls are charged per second rather than minutes. And this could solve the irrational charge of cell phone calls for consumers. Watch this. Official statistics indicates that there are 90 million cell phones in Mexico at present. Many Mexicans had to pay on average more than 1,000 pesos a month for telephone fees, which was a big cost for many wage workers. Telecommunication companies in Mexico garnered hundreds of millions of pesos of illegal revenues by rounding in minutes. Smartphones are even equipped with a software reminding people of the time length of a call. The software will ring the signal before the 1-minute limit to let customers control the timing. Mexican cell phone users will now benefit from the country's new telecom law, which mandates that the mobile phone calls shall be charged by seconds. Good news for visually impaired individuals because now they can send text messages, email, and surf the net using a smartphone called CU. With this new smartphone, the individual can communicate with the phone by just talking to it. Watch this. Polish singer Iwa Lewandowska is blind, so up until now, using a smartphone was impossible. That's until she discovered the CU phone,
Zadzwoń do Małgosia,
which gives her easy access to the mobile functions of standard smartphones.
Now I can use Facebook, I can call my mom, I can text her, I can do a lot of things like cooking, and in the same time I can send a message or check my mail. So yeah, that was my first impression, and I was shocked and very happy.
Created by software developer Marcin Lapa, it works on an adapted version of the Android system and allows users to text, email, and surf the web. Lapa says his aim is to create a platform where the user communicates naturally with their phone in a conversation-like dialogue, replacing touch technology with voice recognition. In Poland, the device is sold as part of a network called CES Mobile, which has a team of visually impaired or blind experts to give subscribers support. There are currently around 2 million Poles living with serious visual limitations and a further 37 million throughout the world. And now Lapa is sharing his vision in the hope that his CES technology will expand the mobile world for visually impaired. Coming up, we will share blogs designed for moms out there. Every step of commuters in Sao Paulo in Brazil is tinkling, thanks to an installed musical staircase. And find out how this shoe opens the doors to new exercise applications and mobile dance games. So please don't change your channel.